Right, perfect. So let's get started without any further ado. In our first session today, we'll be going with this topic called networking fundamentals. Again, one of the most important prerequisites for cybersecurity. We'll be covering this in today's session, in the upcoming sessions as well. So when you talk about networking fundamental, right, that's important definitions to go through. What is networking? What are networks? And what are hosts? When you talk about networking first, this is the practice of connecting information devices with each other. So if you have a list of devices, let's say a few computers, printers, routers, again, your mobile phones, your IP cameras, etc., etc. The process of connecting all of those devices together so that they can share data or resources is called as networking. Okay. When you talk about a network, the group of those devices, the collection of those interconnected devices is called as a network. Okay, so you have your network of friends, you have your network of people, okay, who you are connected with. Similarly, when your devices, these all these devices, when they're connected with each other, that group of devices forms a network, right? And each of those devices in that network is called as a host. So that host can refer to a computer, a printer, a router, a mobile phone, a smartwatch, a smart TV, or your IP cameras, etc. Anything. Okay, any device that is connected to a network, each individual device in that network is called as a host. Now, just like how we have our names to address each other and communicate with each other, these devices or these hosts also have names, and those names are called as IP addresses. So to define, each host on the network has a unique identifier known as an IP address, and these allow for communication to occur between the hosts. And again, when they were invented by the US military, there were multiple versions of it again. There was IP version 1, IP version 2, IP version 3, etc., etc. They were all unsuccessful. What properly worked out was IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4. Okay. And we're still using IPv4 addresses even in today's world. Okay. And after IPv4, there was also one more version called IPv6, okay, Internet Protocol version 6. Again, out of the scope of our discussion, but I will talk about it a bit in the upcoming session also. Okay. So coming back to IPv4. So when we talk about IPv4 specifically, it has a few important properties. So firstly, it's a 32-bit address. What I mean by 32-bit is that it contains 32 zeros or ones. A bit is the smallest data value a computer can store. So it can either be equal to the value of 0 or to the value of 1. Okay. And this entire 32-bit region is again divided in 4 equal parts of 8 bits each. Each of that 8-bit portion is called as an octet, and each octet is separated by a dot symbol. So you have 8 bits here, then a dot, then another 8 bits here, then a dot, then another 8 bits here, then a dot, and then another 8 bits here. In total, 32 bits. Okay. So what you see here is a typical example of an IP address in the binary language, the language of zeros and ones. So the computers communicate with each other in this binary language itself. Okay, where a 0 would represent a low frequency and 1 would represent a high frequency. So in that sequence of frequencies, they communicate with each other. But we humans don't understand this binary. What we regularly use and understand are decimal numbers. So now we'll learn how do you convert any binary number to a human readable decimal number. So this number here, 11000000, is actually equal to 192. This number 10101000 is actually equal to 168. This number, all zeros, is equal to 0. And this number 00001010 is equal to 10. Okay. So now we'll understand how do you convert that binary number or a binary address to human readable decimal address. Okay. Any questions or doubts up to this point? Anyone? Kumar, Raj, Sachin?
No.
Sure, can you again explain how we got into 192.168 and 0?
Yeah, I haven't shown that yet. Now I'm going to show that now, the conversion part.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Right. So now, for example, we'll take this number here, 10101010. Okay, let's take this binary number. Okay, and now let's say we have to convert this to a decimal value. So there are two simple steps for it. Okay, I would say two simple rules. Step number one is you would just write down the values of 2 power 0 all the way up to 2 power 7 from right to left under each bit. So the rightmost bit will have 2 power 0 under, then you have 2 power 1, then 2 power 2, then 2 power 3, then 2 power 4, then 2 power 5, then 2 power 6, and then 2 power 7. Okay. Now, if you specifically ask why only 2 power, because again, this is a binary address. You only have two possibilities. So 2 power anything. Okay. And now, once you have those values written down, you multiply the lower value with the top bit and keep on adding it till the end. So multiply and add. So 2 power 0 into 0 plus 2 power 1 into 1 plus 2 power 2 into 0 plus 2 power 3 into 1 plus 2 power 4 into 0 plus 2 power 5 into 1 plus 2 power 6 into 0 plus 2 power 7 into 1. Okay. So no matter what the value be on the top, you just multiply the lower values with the top bit and keep on adding it till the end. Okay. So now let's write down the values for those numbers. Anything to the power 0 is always equal to 1. That's a mathematical rule. So 2 power 0 is 1. 2 power 1 is 2 itself. 2 power 2 is 2 into 2. That's 4. 2 power 3 is 2 into 2 into 2. 3 times. That's 8. 2 power 4 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 4 times. That's 16. 2 power 5 is similarly 32. 2 power 6 is 64. And 2 power 7 is 128. So 2 power 0 into 0. So 1 into 0, that becomes 0. Plus 2 power 1 into 1. 2 power 1 is 2. So 2 into 1, that's 2. 2 power 2 into 0, 0 again. 2 power 3 into 1, 8. 2 power 4 into 0, 0 again. 2 power 5 into 1, 32. 2 power 6 into 0, 0 again. 2 power 7 into 1, 128. If you add all this up now, 128 plus 32, that's 160. 160 plus 8, 168. 168 plus 2, 170. Okay. So when you want to write 170 in the binary numbers, you have to type 10101010. Okay, that's how you get the binary representation. Now, how do you convert a binary number to human readable decimal number? Is that clear now? Bhargav.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Perfect. So this is understood, guys. I have two other numbers here. And if you have a pen and a paper beside you, I would want you to calculate the answers for these numbers and let me know what the answers are. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and all ones. And I've written down the values for 2 power 0 up to 2 power 7 here. So take your time, no rush. If you have a pen and a paper beside you, please calculate and give me the answers for this. Let's wait for that.
It's 255. Right.
For the first one or the second?
Second one.
Second one. Okay. We'll go. Let's wait for the first one answer as well.
Yes, it will be 255.
Right. Correct answer for the second one. Any answers for the first one, guys?
One one three. I said 213.
Okay, I've got one answer as 213. Let's wait for the other answers. I would recommend rechecking, guys, once. The first one.
85, Shoaib, sorry.
Okay, I've got one answer as 85.
87.
One as 87. Okay, let's try calculating these now. So again, same logic, 2 power 0 into 1. So 2 power 0 is 1. So 1 into 1, that's 1 itself. Plus 2 power 1 into 0, that's 0. 2 power 2 into 1, that's 4. 2 power 3 into 0, that's 0. 2 power 4 into 1, that's 16. 2 power 5 into 0, 0. 2 power 6 into 1, 64. 2 power 7 into 0, 0. So if you add all this up, 64 plus 16, that's 80. 80 plus 4, 84. 84 plus 1, 85. Okay, so very close. Whoever said 87. So maybe minor miscalculation here or there. Okay. And when you have all ones, you just add all the numbers. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. If you add all that up, you get the number 255. Okay. So again, no one would ever ask you to calculate these numbers in real time, guys. The reason I'm explaining this is that you have a fundamental understanding of the range of IP addresses. So now, if I had to get the first IP, all I have to do is put zeros everywhere. So when I put zeros everywhere in each of the octets, the first IP I get in decimal language is 0.0.0.0. And if I had to get the last IP, any guesses what I have to do for that? I just put all ones for that. That's the maximum number I can obtain with all ones. So when I put all ones, the number I get is 255.255.255.255. So from this, we can understand that no matter what IP address you take in the IPv4 language, the maximum number, a value or an octet can go up to is 255. It cannot exceed that. The reason being, even if you put all ones in the octet, the maximum you get is 255 itself. Okay. And if I had to calculate how many IPs are there in total from the first one till the last one, you just have to do 2 to the power 32 because you have 32 bits here and each bit has two possibilities. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, that way 32 times. And that would be approximately equal to 4.3 billion IP addresses. So back then when these were invented in the 1950s or so, 4.3 billion was a very large number. Because back then you didn't have mobile phones, not many people had access to the internet, not many people had computers as well. Okay. But fast forward to 2024, the number of people in the world itself is 8.2 billion or something, close to 8.12. Okay. And each person again has multiple devices. So 4.3 billion IPs would never have been sufficient if you assigned each IP to each device. Okay. So that's why these IPs are again divided in various categories. So there's something called as classes, and then there's something called as public and private IPs. And there's a reusability of IPs again. So we'll talk about that in the next session. Don't worry. Today, we'll talk about the sequence of IPs and we'll conclude with that. Okay. So we know the first IP, we know the last IP. What about the sequence of IPs? It's progressing one after the other. We'll talk about that today. Okay. Any questions, any doubts up to this point?
No, Shoaib. Clear.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, apologies about that. So again, let's talk about the sequence. To understand the sequence of IP addresses again, there are two simple rules I would say. Rule number one is you always start with the rightmost octet. So you always increment the rightmost octet. Now, what do I mean by that? So for example, if I open up a notepad file, I've written down the list of IPs here. Right. So let's assume, yeah, again, we know the first IP is 0.0.0.0. Okay. According to rule number one, when we want to progress with the IPs, you always increase the rightmost value by 1. So next IP would be 0001. Next IP 0002. Next IP 0003. Next one 0004. So then you have 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 010. That goes on all the way up to the value 000,255. Now please note, after the 000,255, You cannot have a value like 0000256. This is not possible. The maximum an octet can go up to is only 255. It's an important point to remember. Okay. So now once you reach the maximum value an octet can hold, then you move to the left octet. And you reset the rightmost octet back to 0, and then you move to the left octet. So this 255 cycles back to 0, resets back to 0. And then this left octet now increases by 1. So after 0000255, you have 0010. Okay. Now, again, after 10, don't directly jump to 0020. That would be wrong. Remember rule number 1, always increment from the rightmost octet. So again, this last octet should go to 255. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 goes up to 1255. Then you have 20. Okay, so this 255 cycles back to 0, and this 1 now changes to 2. Okay, so you see there's a pattern here: 00 to 0255, 10 to 1255, 20 to 2255, 30 to 3255, 40 to 4255, 50 to 5255. Like that, the pattern keeps on repeating. And somewhere down the line, you would have 2550, 255, 255. Once both these octets are filled, what happens? They become zeros again. And this next octet changes to 1. Okay. So you have the same sequence or the same pattern again: 00 to 0255, 10 to 1255, 20 to 2255, 30 to 3255. Similarly, finally, 2550 to 255, 255. Okay. And then they become zeros again. And this 1 now changes to 2. Okay. So you see, this is the other sequence: 000 to 0255, 100 to 1255, 255, 200 to 2255, 255, 300 to 3255, 255, 400 to 4255, 255, 500 to 5255, 255. Like that, the pattern keeps on repeating. And somewhere down the line, you would have 25500 to 255, 255, 255. Once all these 3 octets are full, all of them become zeros, and the last octet changes from 0 to 1. Okay. And then you again go back to the first pattern: 00 to 0255, 255, 10 to 1255, 255. So whatever pattern repeated all the way up to here, from 0000 to 0255, 255, 255. Same pattern repeats from 1000 to 1255, 255, 255, 2000 to 2255, 255, 255, 3000 to 3255, 255, 255, 4000 to 4255, 255, 255. And like that, finally, somewhere down the line, you would have 255000 to 255, 255, 255, 255. So yeah, we did skip a lot of IPs in between, guys, but if you count all of them one by one, you would have a total of 4.3 billion IP addresses. That's the sequence of IPs. And any questions? Does anyone want me to explain it again? Kumar, Raj, Sachin.
I'm fine, sir.
Fine, sure.
So,
Yeah.
Raj, you saying something?
Yeah, I just said that I'm fine. No,
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so
Sure,
that's
but
about,
one doubt here. Like,
yes.
definitely it would have reached the 4.3 billion mark for sure.
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
what would be the next one? Sorry, like
Yeah, that would
after
be the
reaching
end.
255, 255, 255.
That's it. That would be the end of the sequence, Kumar. After that, you don't have any other IP. But what the people did when they knew that these IPs are not sufficient is they divided these IPs into various categories. So these 4.3 billion IPs are again divided in certain categories called classes and public and private IPs. So again, there are 5 classes. So sort of from the first IP 0000 to 255, 255, 255, 255, there are 5 classes: Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, and Class E. Again, in each class, there are 2 subcategories. Class A has public and private IPs. Class B has public and private IPs. Class C has public and private IPs. Class D and Class E only have public IPs. So the concept of this now allowed people to reuse IPs. Some IPs can be used as many times as you want, infinitely, so that they would never expire or they would never exhaust. So that concept was called as NAT, network address translation. And we're going to talk about that in the session tomorrow. So what IPs can be reused, how these are getting reused, and how there's no conflict of same IPs everywhere in the world. So we'll talk about all that in the session tomorrow, where I talk about what public IPs are, what private IPs are, and again, where do you use which category of IPs, and then what are classes. Okay, so each class has a unique range of IPs. So we'll talk about those ranges and the relevance of each class in the next session. Is that clear? Come on. So the after 255, 255, 255, 255, there would be no other IP. If you want, there is another sequence called IPv6. Okay, but that's a completely different category again. So we'll talk about that later.
Okay, thanks, Shoaib.
Yeah, like so for each system there will be a unique IP, right?
Yes.
It cannot be same based on the locations.
Again, I'll talk about that. So again, depending on different again, as mentioned, there are different categories. So to connect to the internet, you have a certain IP. In your local network, you have a certain IP. So those ranges will be specified and they'll be explained. It's not dependent on the location, I would say. It's about what kind of network you're connected in. On the internet, IPs are different. In your local network, IPs are different. So depends on what sort of a network you're connected to. Such a
Okay.
we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Shoaib, one small doubt. Like,
Yes.
if I have connected my mobile with Wi-Fi, if I
Uh-huh.
connect within a hotspot
Right.
of my friend, the IP
Okay.
address will be different, or how it will be like? I'm using the same device,
Okay. You
so the
you might not
will
be
it,
connected to the same network, two different networks at the same time, though. You might be able to communicate at one either you would be communicate with the Wi-Fi router, you would be connected to your friend's hotspot. Okay.
yes, yeah,
Again, in each of these scenarios, your phone will get a private IP, Kumar. Okay. So your Wi-Fi router will give you a private IP. Okay. And your friend's hotspot will also give you a private IP. There is no necessary rule that it should be the same IP. Okay. So we'll talk about that in the session tomorrow. Okay. What
okay,
these
sure.
private IPs are, what these public IPs are, everything is going to clear up very well.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. So please do connect back tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow's class is much more important, I would say, where we talk about all these private and public IPs and these categories, classes. I'll clarify all your questions tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Nothing further for our first demo, a simple and a short demo to get started. Tomorrow we'll take a slightly longer session. We'll talk about a lot more concepts. Okay. Bye. Have a good day, please.
Shoaib, sorry,
Sure, sir.
one small doubt.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Shoaib, like, after the completion of this course, like, will this cover this cloud security as well?
That's a completely different domain, I would say, Kumar. But a part of
Okay,
it is explained in CH. So again, it's a different course altogether. So again, CH is the fundamental course which explains all parts of pen testing. We talk about network pen testing, web pen testing, mobile pen testing. Again, your firewall pen testing. Every single thing is talked about, but only up to intermediate level. Similarly, cloud pen testing is a topic, but again, as mentioned, we don't dive deep into it. So there's a separate course for that.
thank you, Shoaib.
Right.
Shoaib sir, I have actually a question about the course rather than networking today. Do I need to ask on this particular platform or I need to ask separately somewhere?
No, no, you can ask me any question regarding the course, Raj,
Okay.
right?
Yes. So
Yep.
like I just wanted to ask that in like this course, I see in like the course on the website also the DurgaSoft website that is videos and materials by Shoaib's cybersecurity videos and materials. So like is this course different from the course that is already uploaded on the website?
On the website, what is uploaded on the website? Come again, Raj. So again, this is the content of the course. Let me clarify. So
Mm-hmm.
again, if I show you the browser, this is the course content actually. These are the topics that I'll be covering throughout the course in the duration of 35 days. Only these certified ethical hacking. Other than this, there's one more course called Web Application Pen Testing. That's something which I teach separately to students. So this is, I think there's a
Right.
minor confusion. Students, again, they've included this as well to explain what web application is. But this is not the content of CH. This is something which I teach separately.
Okay.
This is a different course altogether.
All right. There is a course on DurgaSoft website itself, durgasoftonline.com, where on cybersecurity, there is a course called Cybersecurity Videos and Materials.
Oh, you're
So
talking about the pre-recorded sessions then, I suppose.
yes, right. So is
Same course,
this
I would say.
it will be the same course, right?
Same course itself. It's just that they are recorded sessions and these are the live sessions.
Okay. This is actually I wanted to ask because like if I'm not able to commit to the live sessions, then I can jump to the that course or
You can
no.
either take one of them. So if you want both the live and the recorded, you have to again pay
Mhm,
for both of them. So what you can rather do is pay for the live one, and along with the live, you
mhm.
get the recordings for each class that is taken in that batch. So that is an older
All
batch
right.
recording, a pre-recorded session. For these, if you join
Okay.
these batches, you join the live sessions as well, and you get the recordings for each session that has been taken till date. So even if you miss out any,
Okay.
you automatically get the recording itself.
Oh, okay. And is there any fee difference that is like for the live?
That
Is
I have no
because
information on.
okay. Because
Raj.
I asked him like on the website, but like I did not get any response or anything actually.
You can mail them, I think it's Durgasoft training online at the rate gmail.com or something. So you can try
Okay,
mailing them or you can contact them on their phone number as well on the from the
okay,
website. And they might clarify the price difference and all that because I don't have information on
okay,
the pricing part.
okay. And if any doubt I have, in case you know, like I take the recorded sessions and I have any doubt with you, you know, like to for any explanation, is there any way I can contact you directly, like over the email or anything?
Yeah. I'll share my email. You can contact me over the email. I'll clarify the questions. That's not an issue.
Sure, that'll be great then.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah, Shoaib, one more doubt. So I'm just asking as a layman, like I'm into SAP actually. I'm working as an SAP consultant. So,
Right.
switching to this cybersecurity, so we will be an alien subject for me. So,
Uh-huh.
though I know a few terms, I mean, whatever you have used today. So, will this be an ideal platform for me to switch on, from SAP? Yeah, I'm not asking about SAP or something. So, coming
That
to
shouldn't be a
cybersecurity.
right. Go ahead.
Yeah, coming from I mean, from SAP background to cybersecurity after having 10 years of experience in SAP, will this be suggestible?
Yeah, again, that shouldn't be a problem. Well, I've had people coming from complete non-technical backgrounds as well into cybersecurity. I've seen people do their MBA in finance and then come into cybersecurity. Excuse me. So again, it doesn't matter what domain you're joining from. But again, it's all about the years of your experience in your previous domain, Kumar. So again, if you have had that 10 years of experience in a different domain and then you're starting freshly in cybersecurity, I would recommend you do some advanced courses as well. Because with just a course like CEH, this is only helpful for people who are freshers or who have just had one or two experience in a technical background and they're shifting to cybersecurity. But with 10 years of experience in another domain, it's better if you do some advanced courses as well. So you have much better edge compared to the other freshers to again land the job.
You mean advanced instance? What kind of courses, sorry?
Again, after it's your based on your interest again, Kumar. So as mentioned, you can either go for web application pen testing, or you can go for cloud pen testing or network penetration testing. So again, all of these segregate later on. So after CH, you can choose one of these specializations. I train on web application pen testing because that is one of the popular domains here in India. So again, so once the CH is done, I would recommend going for something like web application pen testing, one more advanced course. So that gives you an extra edge and knowledge over the other competitors.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And I'm being blunt, like what kind of packages we can expect for a 5 years experience, Shoaib?
For 5 to 6, I would say, again, recently, one of my students who, again, he was already experienced for 4 years or so in cybersecurity domain. I shifted his company. So he got it around, mm, I can't correctly remember. I think it was 14 LP or something, if I remember correctly. That's for 4 years of experience, 14 to 15 LP.
Okay, Shoaib. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Sure.
And for a completely fresher, what should I expect
Again,
after completing this particular course?
it usually starts around 45 to 50,000 or so, Raj. Depends from company to company again. It would range again, 30 to 45, I would say, per month.
Okay.
35,000, 45,000. Depends on your job role, depends on the company. So there are various factors. But again, shouldn't be less than 3.6 at least
Okay.
at the very beginning.
And after completing like the specialization, as you said, like in web application
Right.
pen
So
testing.
that gives you an extra,
So,
again, you can put up a fake as an experience. So that goes higher.
Mhm.
Again, you can get 50 to
Okay.
60,000 for 1 or 2 years of
Okay.
experience.
Okay. And is it easy to get, or like it is something that like it is difficult to get?
It's easy only. The thing is, again, there's a lot of competition though, because this is one domain which has very little requirement of programming knowledge. So people who are all scared of programming always come towards cybersecurity. So again, there
Oh,
is a
okay.
lot of competition, but there's a demand for skilled people. So if you know how to use these
Mhm.
tools properly, again, it shouldn't be that
Mhm.
hard to land the job, Raj. So it's all about how
All right.
you're well versed with all of these tools that are used in cybersecurity.
All right. Okay.
Right. Any other questions, guys?
Sir, can you share your email ID? Where, if you want to give it to me over the email, or you like or in the
Yeah, I can
chat
drop it in the
box.
chat box here itself.
Okay.
1 second. Sec. Isaac at the rate Gmail. I've dropped it in the chat box.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Nothing further, guys, for the session today. And if you have any questions also, you can let me know through the email or so. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Shoaib.
Bye bye. Have a good day.